Yes, that is right. What's up, everybody? How's it going? It is me, PenguinRage, and we are back recording episode 7 of the Games Reloaded Podcast. We are live on Twitch, so shout out to everybody that is tuning in live on Twitch. So make sure you jump into the chat, say your thoughts, ask some questions, bring up topics of the show, all that beautiful, wonderful stuff. And for those of you listening on Google Play, iTunes, Stitcher, and all other podcast services, including YouTube, thank you for listening. And thank you, of course, for subscribing, rating, all that fun, beautiful, sexy stuff. So, as you probably have noticed immediately, I'm up here by myself. There's no other voice, magical voice, coming through the show this week. No Brian, because he's a loser. He's doing stuff in the summer and the kids and stuff like that. And didn't want to bug Snake again this week just because, it's late over there in the UK and time zones and stuff like that. So it's just me tonight, guys. Long story short, we will have other special guests in the future just due to a few things and whatnot. It's just hard to sometimes align people on a weeknight. I'm also a day later. It is a Tuesday. So thank you again. Of course, we had no episode of the Games Reloaded podcast last week as we were celebrating the launch of No Man's Sky. So rather than doing a recording, we went live on Twitch the second that No Man's Sky came out, which was at 11 o'clock p.m. Central Time, my time. Making sure everything's running, looking good, because it's saying there's that many people watching, and it's not, and I don't know what's going on, but that's all right. So anyway, thank you again for those of you that are tuning in and those of you that are listening on podcasting services out there. So everybody, make note that you should blow up Brian's Twitter because he's a fucking idiot and for missing the show. He's out with friends, probably eating Thai food, being a loser. Yeah, but don't worry about it. It's all good, guys. So we're going to power through it this week. We're going to have a short episode. We're going to knock out the news. We're going to get into a topic. We're going to talk about No Man's Sky, and we're going to, move on for that good stuff because we got some more new game streams this coming weekend. So that brings us into the new releases of this week. The biggest one and most notable for me personally is F1 or Formula 1 2016, releasing on Friday the 19th. Why is this significant? Well, it's because I love racing. Not really racing games, but I love motorsport, and I love Formula 1. I've followed the sport for many, many, many years. I've actually been to F1 races. I've been to the inaugural race in Austin, Texas. So I'm really, really excited for F1 2016. You'll see me streaming that. Hopefully I'm going to do some fun content with that actually as well. So stay tuned for more information on that. And if, of course, you're a fan of racing games, check out F1 2016. Other ones coming out this week are Bound. Bound is that indie title releasing on the PlayStation 4. I have not looked too deep into it myself. Personally, I don't really know if I'm of interest or if I'm going to pick it up, but that is one that is on the radar for many, many people that you can go pick up there as well. Grow Up is also releasing. That is the sequel to Grow Home. If you guys probably remember from a couple years ago, Grow Home was pretty popular, picked up by many, many people. So if you liked Grow Home, Grow Up is now out. So go check it out and pick it up. And of course, one that came with a lot of controversy that I think is pretty understandable. Metroid Prime Federation Force. So you Nintendo fans out there, it's not really your next Metroid game. I know that's not what everybody wants, but you know what? It is what it is. We can cry about it later when the NX comes out. If there's no Metroid Prime game, then that's a different story. So there you are, guys. There's your big releases of this week. And, of course, since we did not record last week, the most notable game that did release last week was obviously No Man's Sky, which was why we did not record last week. We did a live launch stream for No Man's Sky. Thank you, everybody that did tune into that, by the way. That was an awesome turnout. We had a huge crowd in here. We played the game. We started with Overwatch, and we played the game immediately moving into when it did launch. So thank you again for that. And, with that being said, we'll move that into what games I've been playing lately. And, of course, you guys out there, chime in, tweet at me, post in the chat, that sort of thing. Let me know what games you're playing as we are setting up more community nights on Twitch. As May, as our good pal May, part of the Penguins, did play with us some Overwatch last week as she finally got her PS4. So shout out to May for that. what I've been playing, obviously, No Man's Sky, since exactly a week ago when the game did release. We'll talk about it a bit more into the news, I guess, yeah. And we'll talk about my personal thoughts on that, as we'll also go into the topic of the show, being around hype and expectations of video games and everything related to that in the industry. So yeah, I've been playing No Man's Sky, still playing Overwatch, obviously, because Overwatch is awesome. Started Batman, the Telltale series, episode 1. We finished it, we started it, we did it all here live on Twitch. So thank you everybody that watched Batman, the Telltale series here on Twitch. It helped me make those decisions because we do enjoy those story-driven games. Playing it with y'all is lots of fun for the kids. And last is still some more Witcher. The Witcher's holding on strong, slowly just grinding away at it. But I had to put that on the back burner a little bit with No Man's Sky out, and that is obviously a grinding game. So, of course, like I said, let me know what games you guys are playing, what games you are interested in, and all that good stuff if you plan to pick anything up in the next coming weeks. So, we'll dive through the news very quickly this week, as, like I said, it's just me, so we're not going to go in a lot of back and forth. We're not going to get into arguments, anything like that. But the big news of today, actually, just came out today. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put this one on the back burner. I'm going to wait a second. I'm going to do this one first, because this one's actually quite annoying for a lot of people. Final Fantasy 15. The game that's been in development for about 10 fucking years got delayed. It was supposed to come out September 30th. Now it's getting pushed back to November 29th, so about 2 months. Now here's the thing. I'm not too upset, A, because I'm not a giant Final Fantasy fan, blah. We waited 10 years. Who gives a shit? But honestly, the producer or the director of the game, I forget his name on top of my head. Actually, I don't got it in front of me. He openly admitted, and he came out and stated, he was like, hey, we don't want to have a massive day one patch. We want to utilize this time to make sure the game is up to quality. We want to put out a product that you're going to love, that you're going to enjoy, that this is something that you guys and gals will appreciate and know that this is what the Final Fantasy game that everyone's been wanting and waiting for. So, at least there's transparency, at least there's honesty. 2 months, I guess, is a long time. It's certification and submitting updates and all that stuff. Okay, sure. I get it. Will it make that big of a difference in that quick 2 month turnaround? That I don't know. That's actually the very interesting thing, that it's, we have this topic and this conversation many times is, with a game releasing at a certain point and having to go to print the disc, the manufacturing, the shipping, all that stuff that has to happen. It is probably about a 2 month turnaround. So basically what they're doing here is this 2 month delay means they now have 2 more months to obviously work on the game. And possibly more if they're not going to try and just patch everything in last minute. So, Final Fantasy 15, we've all waited for so long. I think we can wait 2 more months. Am I right? I don't know. Let me know. That's just how I see it. It is what it is, right? So, yeah. All right. Next. Well, this is what I was talking about today. So, some big news in the world of Destiny. So, if you are a Destiny fan, guess what? A lot of good news coming out of it today. Most notably with Rise of Iron and a lot of the PvP stuff. So, Destiny getting private PvP matches and new maps detailed. So today, Bungie did their live stream on Twitch, like they normally do for their news, to drive out information about upcoming content drops and everything for the newest expansion to the Destiny universe, Rise of Iron. There's going to be private PvP functionalities on a PS4 and Xbox One. So they'll be able to create private matches, and they can customize everything from the map, score, time limits, light level, time of day, stuff like that. This is something that a lot of people have been asking for, because this is important, because people were wanting to do tournaments and were wanting to practice as teams and, do a lot of competitive type of gaming, which really was not of ease because you could not do those private matches. So kudos to Bungie for listening, making that happen. There's more stuff for the information. So let me go through all this here. They also detailed some new maps coming out, part of Rise of Iron. There's Last Exit, Skyline, and Floating Gardens. So 3 new maps added to the Crucible, to the multiplayer modes in Destiny. And they also detailed a new multiplayer mode called Supremacy. Supremacy is a 6v6 mode where Guardians drop crests when killed. Players can pick up these crests to score points. So it's very much like the one mode in Call of Duty. What's the one with the dog tags? I can't think of it. You guys know what I'm talking about. Very much where if I die, I drop something. Either my teammates can recover it or the enemies can go pick it up. And in order to get points, you must pick it up. So there's a bit more strategy there. Working as a team, flying solo can actually hurt yourself more so because you don't have teammates around you to not just back you up, but to also guard you from when you drop your mark in this case. So not a big deal, but new modes if you guys are interested in it. But also most notably that I think I'm more personally excited for, and a lot of people are excited for, is the new raid coming to Destiny. So there's going to be a new raid dubbed Wrath of the Machine. So they showed it off a little bit during their live stream. You guys can just go check it out on YouTube. They got all the information and the videos that were released today. They also showed off new content drops like armor, gear, stuff like that. So the game's looking solid. If anyone says Destiny's dead, you're smoking some good crack, because the game continues to breathe life. There's still probably millions of people that still play the game every day, thousands of people. And, I'll be jumping back into it, as well as Brian and many other people, once this releases on September 23rd. So be sure to be locked here on Twitch, twitch.tv/PenguinRage, to get that information and to watch those streams. Because we also know, and Bungie and Activision for that matter has confirmed it, Destiny 2 is the next thing. Rise of Iron is the last iteration in vanilla Destiny. So, it is what it is. But way to go. Oh my god, I hope there wasn't background sound playing. There might have been. I apologize if there was. Oh well, hopefully y'all can hear me. Well, that's down all the way, so it should be fine. I don't know. This is what happens when I'm not talking to anybody. I don't have the headphones in, so I don't know. And lastly, we're going to talk about, in the news, that's also going to move into the topic of the show, is No Man's Sky. So obviously, No Man's Sky launched last week to PlayStation 4, and then a couple days later on PC. There were some bugs on PS4, some people complaining about it, but it was really more prominent and known when the PC version released a couple days later. A lot of people complaining about it not being able to launch, some major bugs, that sort of thing. Sean Murray and Hello Games have been very transparent. They've been working very hard. They've been releasing patches and updates quite frequently to alleviate some of these problems. So it appears that a lot of it's settled down, and a lot of it has been fixed. So shout out to those guys for working very hard to bring you a good, some good quality product, and working diligently to make sure that you're not sitting on a broken game for very long. So hopefully those of you that did pick it up, you're enjoying it, you're having fun with it. But here's the thing. This is where we're going to get into the topic of the show, and this has nothing to do directly with No Man's Sky, but this is about video games in general. So let's dive into the topic, shall we? But while we transition, thank you again to everybody that is joining us here on Twitch. If you can, of course, type your comments, your questions, your thoughts on this topic into the chat. Let us know what you think, all of that wonderful, beautiful, sexy stuff. And you can be on the show as well. You know what I'm saying? There you go. So, all right. This week's topic of the show is all about expectations and game reviews, for that matter. So, let me get a drink for this. No whiskey tonight, guys. I'm trying to be a little healthier. That's the problem when you're talking to yourself the whole fucking time. Christ. All right. So we see this time and time again with major games. No Man's Sky's the most recent, the most prominent right now. We also saw it with the first Watch Dogs. I'm just spitting these at the top of my head. With the first Watch Dogs. I mean, you could also argue it's going to be the same way with The Last Guardian when this comes out in a couple months, as well as Final Fantasy 15. Speaking of that, huge expectations. The hype is exponential. And does this actually hurt the game in the end? Because people can say, okay, hype is a good thing because it gets people to be excited about it. More people are more likely to be aware of the game, know about the game. If you're not a hardcore gamer, you might have heard about it. You're not a person that's listening to these podcasts. You're not on YouTube. You're not on Twitch. You're not on IGN and all those gaming websites. You're a casual gamer. You're more likely to have heard of this title just because the hype is real and it's high up there. So, isn't that a good thing? When the answer is probably no. You know, and you guys can also give me your counter arguments, but my thought is everybody has to reel that shit back in. Because every game is different to every person. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Everybody likes different types of games, just like we all like different types of music, movies, etc. So why is it any different with games? Why is it that we have these massive expectations that No Man's Sky is going to become the next greatest fucking game of all time? It's going to take you to new worlds and it's going to make you feel like you can just fuck anything. No, but really, expectations were so high for this game. You have people that are literally acting like this game is the greatest thing fucking ever. And when the game got delayed, death threats are getting sent to not just Sean Murray and the guys who are making the game for saying, why would you fucking delay this? I need this. You're also sending death threats to the reporter that found the information that the game was going to be delayed when he's just actually doing you a favor and telling you like, hey, you can wait a little longer. No, favor or not, but I mean, he's telling you the truth before Sony and PR over there gets their act together and figures out what they're going to say in their messaging. What, like, Why? Why are you sending death threats? Okay, now that is the video game industry, the sick world that we live in. I get it. But these high expectations have become crazy. And this is the same way with Watch Dogs. You can say The Division as well. A lot of games suffer from this, where the expectations are so goddamn high that when the game releases, people have nothing left but to be disappointed because they expect it to be this perfect game. This most beautiful looking game ever, the best controls ever, runs flawlessly, has the best story ever, has the best music ever, blah, blah, blah. But that's impossible to live up to. What people need to realize is they need to do their research. And this is where gaming has evolved, where you, the consumer, have more options at your disposal now than any gamer ever has at any point before. Before, it was literally picking up a magazine, reading the review, reading the preview, possibly then going to IGN or a gaming website to look at the trailers, look at the videos, and we're going way back, right? Maybe you'd rent a game from Blockbuster, whatever it is, to check it out. And you pre-order the game. You'd know more about it, and you pre-order the game, you go pick it up, and guess what? If you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. Now, there's game reviews have always been around as well. You can wait for the game reviews. But now, people can be so much more careful with their money, where really, that $60 that you're going to spend on a game, you can literally wait. Not the next day or 24 hours later after people make videos and there's reviews in magazines and everything like that. Literally, the second game servers turn on and they go live, you can turn on a Twitch stream, you can go to YouTube, you can do whatever, and you can watch someone play it. An authentic human being, not an IGN, which they should be authentic as well, but an actual human being, you know, like a gamer that's not writing for a magazine or anybody that has any ties to anything to it. Because, you know, you can argue if you believe them or not. But these are regular people. You tune in and you watch my stream at 11 o'clock. And you can render your own verdict of the game. You can watch it. Even if I'm not liking it and I'm not having fun with it, you can watch the game and be like, holy shit, that game actually does look pretty dope. I'm going to check it out. You know, like, you have more options now. You don't need to go pre-order a game. You don't need to get yourself too excited. Why don't you just sit back and relax and wait and see? See what Twitch streamers are saying. You know, if you like my content and you trust me as an individual and you know, value my opinion in gaming, you're going to wait to hear what I have to say. And if I say I love it or I hate it, then you're probably more likely to follow it because you're going to be like, I know I play games just like Kyle. I enjoy what he does. So, that's where it's dialing it back. Don't dive in and spend money just for the sake of spending money because the hype has got you believing that this is going to be the greatest thing ever. Because it's not. It never will be. It's always better when the story is the other way around, when it goes kind of under the radar. It's not super hyped. The media's not, you're not seeing commercials about it every 2 seconds. It's not everybody talking about it every fucking day. Like Shadow of Mordor. Game kind of flew under the radar. People knew about it. Was in the world of Lord of the Rings. Looked cool. Boom. Came out. Reviews 9s and above across the board. And sales were through the roof. People were loving a beautiful, amazing game. That's the other side of the spectrum. Let that happen to you. If you're interested in a game like me, I love Naughty Dog games. I'm super pumped for whenever a new Uncharted's coming out. The Last of Us when it was coming out. You got to sit back and wait. It's Naughty Dog, so they're going to make a good game. But you also know in the back of your mind that they could very well fuck up because expectations are so high for them. But don't get overly hyped. Just know your expectations are high. Right? Keep them high. But you go in there buying something because you trust in Naughty Dog. But when it's something new like Watch Dogs, like No Man's Sky. I mean, hell, you can say that's nothing new in Final Fantasy, but this is a game that's been in the works for so fucking long. Whatever, right? But if you let your expectations outweigh your regular judgment, then you're not going to allow it to be right or wrong for you. And this is not everybody. Just understand that everybody's different. People need to do their research, understand what No Man's Sky is before going in. It's not going to be the saving grace of video games. It has that same addiction factor that Minecraft has, where there's a simple goal to find the center of the universe, and there's addictive qualities to it, where there's a lot of mystery and intrigue, and it's grinding, it's discoverability, it's journey. It's really a soothing, relaxing game that people can do at their own time to do what they want. That's it. So my thoughts on No Man's Sky, I enjoy the game because I know what I wanted from it, I know what I expected from it, and I knew what I want going forward with it. It's not a game I'm going to play for 12 hours straight like I'm playing Destiny when it releases or Fallout or something like that. No, this is a game where I know where I can pick it up for 30 minutes, 2 hours, whatever it is, and it's relaxing. I'm going through having fun with it. Yeah, it's different when I'm playing it for the first time, when I pop it in for the first, the second it goes live. But going with your expectations low, just saying like, I know what I want from this. Am I getting that? That's what you need to tell yourself. And I did. I knew what I wanted from this game. I wanted a simple, relaxing, beautiful game. The music's beautiful. The art style is beautiful. I love how you can... the fucking scale was ridiculous. How you can go anywhere you want at any point. The fucking worlds and the planets. It's crazy. It's cool. But it's not for everybody. It's not. This is not Call of Duty. This is not NBA. Hell, this isn't a space fighting shooting game. Like, yeah, there is combat, but it's far in between. Right? This is literally at random. It's procedurally generated. And I knew that going in. I don't think a lot of people did. A lot of you that do listen to gaming podcasts like you are right now probably were educated enough to know what No Man's Sky was or Watch Dogs or what these games were. So you know what you wanted from the game. And when you went into the game, you're like, okay, I'm going to buy it because I see this could be of interest to me because this is what I want from the game based off of what I know about the game. And when you go in, you render the verdict. Did it meet my expectations or did it not from what I wanted from the game? So that brings us into gaming reviews. Something that's going around forever. And that's everything. They review movies. They review albums. They review everything. Understand, there's not a knock on any of those. IGN, GameSpot, Polygon, Game Informer, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call, they all do it. And there's a place for it, and I think there is a reason it should exist. However, I think people need to also dial it back. Don't put everything into the pocket of these reviewers. These are people just like me and you basing their opinion, just like getting on Twitch and watching someone play it. And just because someone doesn't like it doesn't mean you won't like it. You very well may. A score is simply a score. Be your own critic. Be the judge yourself. If you want a game, support it. Go buy it. Play it. If you don't like it, on to the next one, right? But do your research ahead of time, and you know that. And part of the research is reading reviews. But find someone that you trust, that you know they play similar games to you, they have a similar style as you, and they talk about it with you. So it doesn't even necessarily have to be a review. Go watch a Let's Play on YouTube. Watch people live stream it and see if they're having fun with it, how their audience engages with it. All of that good stuff. That is the key there. Be your own judge. Be your own verdict. So, that's really my rant, if you want to call it that, on No Man's Sky. I think it's a great game. I think it's a beautiful game. But I also knew going in, it wasn't going to be this life-changing fucking game. It wasn't going to be this experience that was going to blow my mind, make me shit the bed, and freak the fuck out every 2 minutes, because it's not supposed to be that. This was supposed to be a game that, yes, is doing new and great things, pushing the industry forward. But there always is roadmaps that lead us to problems when it's the first one out. And that's something I knew going in. Something done to this scale with this much, openness and everything being procedurally generated. There's bound to be problems. It's not going to be perfect. But is the game reeling me into where I'm literally enjoying just laying there, playing the game, going from world to world, finding new and interesting things, upgrading my gear, like the RPG elements, and collecting resources. If you like those styles of games, you'll like this game. It's quite simple. So remember that. So, with that being said, guys, make sure you guys type into the chat here, tweet at me at PenguinRageLives, or email me at penguinragebiz@gmail.com to let me know your thoughts on the game. Other games that have potentially ruined your expectations, you didn't live up to them, or your thoughts on this topic in general. What do you think about it? What do you see moving forward with video games and gaming reviews and expectations and preview events and everything like that? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments, also on YouTube and everywhere else. So, honestly, guys, thank you so much for bearing with us. This is a super, super, super duper short show this week. This is what we expected. No guests this week, so I can't go back and forth of have differencing of opinions. Sorry, I'm moving the old chair here. Fucking hell. But let me know. We'll be back again next week, I believe. I don't even know what day it is. I don't even know what month it is. Crazy busy at work. A lot of shit coming up. A lot of Twitch streams coming up. Good stuff like that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, and we'll dive into those next week as well. And hopefully Brian or another guest will be here next week, so we can have an extended show with more content and extra good stuff. Of course, as always, I am PenguinRage. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. So thank you for listening to the podcast or tuning in live. You can catch me streaming on Twitch every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday at PenguinRage on Twitch, twitch.tv/PenguinRage. And of course, follow me on Twitter for all updates and everything like that at PenguinRageLive, or follow the Facebook fan page now. I don't know the link. It doesn't matter. Just search PenguinRage on Facebook. You'll find it. Everybody's got Facebooks. That's the thing. Right, kids? Right, kids? And of course, go to the YouTubes. Subscribe to the videos. Look at the No Man's Sky Let's Play that I did the first 2.5 hours. We do appreciate it. It's all that good stuff. It's been fun. And of course, I don't know. I feel like I'm forgetting something, guys. What is it? I'm dragging on. I know. But that's okay. I feel like I'm missing something with No Man's Sky that is like glaring. It's sad. It's for the kids. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know. I mean, honestly, I do want to know. So, I want to know what everyone's opinion is on No Man's Sky. Only if you bought it. Don't give me your bullshit third-party thoughts on it. If you didn't want to get it, you knew it wasn't for you, then let me know that. That's perfectly fine, and I totally accept that. Respect that. But those of you that did pick it up and did give it the time of day, played multiple hours, what are your thoughts? Has it lived up to expectations? For you? Are you upset with how the industry, put expectations so high, the review scores, everything like that? Let me know. I know Casey Lounge, you picked it up on PC. I believe you said you've been enjoying it. You've been rocking it. You've been putting a lot of hours into discovering and finding a lot of neat stuff. So hopefully that lives up to expectations for you. And hopefully it ran fine for you on your PC, because I know that at times could be an issue based on some of the reports. But, I just want to know, because I'm also very interested and intrigued to know what the sales are. Sony does not disclose their digital sales through MPD. I bought it digitally on PlayStation Network. Obviously, Steam is kind of a different boat. I'd love to know how it sells at retail, but I don't think that's the full picture. We got to know what the digital sales are on it as well. But I believe seeing some reports out of there that it was actually like the second highest selling PlayStation exclusive or console exclusive in the UK. I think only behind not Overwatch, fuck me. Uncharted 4. Which seems shocking. It can't really above Bloodborne. I could be wrong with that, but it is what it is, kids. Go pick it up. Support. Honestly, Sean Murray and Hello Games are amazing people. You got to remember, this is a studio of about 20 people that have been working on this game for over 4 years, 5 years, whatever it is. And they made this game. That's fucking massive, guys. Let's give them a little credit here. If this is something of interest to you, go support them. Go buy it on PlayStation. Go buy it on Steam, wherever you play. Go check it out. And if you're still on the fence, let me know. I'll talk to you about it. Watch me live stream it, or get on YouTube and look at the first 2.5 hours that I played it, the opening night. And you'll see me also bantering on there with Matt and Brian as we discuss the game. Fuck, I should have reached out to Matt to talk about the game with me on this. For the kids. But yeah. And I guess, one other bit of news I will touch on real quick, because this is actually pretty interesting. Last month, July, Xbox console sales in the US, I believe it was US or worldwide, I forget, outsold the PlayStation 4. I believe it NPD, so it'd be US. Xbox One outsold the PlayStation 4. That's only the second month. Yes, the second month since these things released almost 3 years ago that Xbox has outsold PlayStation. PlayStation 4 has outsold Xbox One every month, except for 2 now, since they launched. That's fucking insane. So I'm kind of interested to know in why. Was there a major release in July on Xbox? Not that I can think of. I think it's just a slow month in general for games. I don't think there was a major game on either platform. And the Xbox One sales, the prices of them fucking way low, man. You can buy an Xbox One at $250. So that's probably a big part of it. And kudos to them. Good for them. And this month, August, the Xbox One S just released. So hopefully we're going to see a spike in Xbox sales again in August. So kudos to them for doing some good stuff. But I know PlayStation's cooking some great stuff up as well. And I would like to believe that PlayStation sales also went up with No Man's Sky coming out. So like May just bought a PlayStation. So kudos to May. What's up, Sleepy Sloth? Thank you for jumping into the chat here and chiming in as well. We are wrapping up episode 7 of the Games Reloaded podcast. I'm just kind of dragging on a little bit here, trying to hang out with you guys a little bit more, offering a little bit more insight to the topic. Sleepy Sloth, did you pick up No Man's Sky? Do you have any intent in playing No Man's Sky? Or just based on watching people stream it, play it on YouTube, that sort of thing? What are your thoughts on No Man's Sky? Like it? Want to play it? Want to buy it? Not for you? What do you think? Let me know in the chat before we sign off here and end episode 7. Oh, man. Gotta get another drink, guys. So bear with me. Doing this by myself fucking sucks. I'm going to talk to myself. I can talk to myself fine. I hope there's a good episode. I hope it is still engaging content, some good news, and good topic there to dive into. I'd love to talk about it further with someone else. And, that's why I was hoping to have Brian in here, because he has played it. And maybe we'll dive into it briefly as a topic next week. It'd be interesting. But Sleepy Sloth, says it looks good. Is it look good just because it looks visually nice, or is it the type of game you could see yourself playing, like exploring universes and kind of having this grindy, open space where you can literally do whatever the hell you want at your own pace, that sort of thing. You know, go anywhere. Find the kids. Yeah. Let me take a drink now. That's rough. You gotta have water when you're talking this much. 40 minutes of me just going, meh, you know. But I think that kind of sums it up, right? You know, Sleepy Sloth knows of the game. He thinks it looks good. You know, I don't think he has a PlayStation 4 right now, and I'm not sure about his PC rig. But people are aware of the game, right? For better or for worse. So it could be one of those that are on the horizon, and more people in the future. I know May, when she bought her PS4, she asked me for some recommendations on games. And, you know, she asked, is No Man's Sky worth it? And I said, you know, No Man's Sky is a beautiful game, but it's not for everybody. And I don't see her playing that style of game just, you know, based on what she's talked about in the games that she does enjoy. Plus, she has Uncharted 4 that she hadn't started yet. She just got Overwatch. She's got games that she can dive into. No Man's Sky will be there in 3 weeks. That's another thing, guys. You don't got to get it day one. I get it. Competitive games like Call of Duty. Makes sense. And Slaw says, like, I want it, and it seems cool. And sleepy stuff like that. Well, yeah. I mean, see, that's the nature of it. So we'll make sure we do another live stream of it here soon. I've actually just been enjoying that, doing it at my own leisure and my own time frame, just being real relaxing, that sort of thing. So anyway, everybody, thank you so much for being here and listening to episode 7 of the Games Reloaded podcast. We will be back next week with episode 8. So make sure you send in your questions to penguinragebiz@gmail.com or tweet at me at penguinragelive. Otherwise, tune in live on Twitch at twitch.tv/penguinrage, where we will be live streaming video games Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at about 10 o'clock p.m. Central Time or 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time Monday, where we will record the next episode of this video game. So, subscribe, like, share, do all that beautiful stuff on all those contents. And if you did not know, you can get this podcast on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, and Stitcher. So if you want to listen to it while you're in the car, while you're at the gym, or just at the office, fucking around, that's one way to do it. So subscribe on those places that you consume content, such as music and podcasts. So until then, everybody, thank you so much. You've been wonderful.